Hello, my name is Caboose, and I hope to, in a series of short videos, review some of the gear that Sassafras, my 13-year-old daughter, and I are bringing on our 2013 Appalachian Trail northbound thru hike, which will be flying out of Maine March 20th and hopefully be on the trail the 21st. So if you go to our blog, you could find more information on how we got into this, but for right now I'll get right into it. The gear that we've finally decided will be lightweight in nature. We've gone the ultralight route, and I believe the gear that we're bringing and that I'll show you we have used for a very long time and feel very comfortable with. Start with the packs. They are modified Osprey Atmos and Auras, and Sassafras's weighs under 2.5 pounds after modifications. Cut off all the straps, cut off the inside water bladder holder, took off the top cover, the brain of it. Didn't feel like we needed the extra space or the weight, and I've added a few things like a cinch strap to tie down the top. And on the side here, one of the only drawbacks to the Atmos or Aura compared to the Go Light Jam, which we used for a couple years, was getting the water bottle out of the side pocket. It was really hard, if not impossible, to do it while the pack was on. But what I did is I cut the strap here, put on a cinch strap, which was one of the bits that I cut off another part of the strap, and modified it so it's you can loosen it, and it's much easier to get the water bottle in and out. So that's something we do. We carry just about exactly the same gear. The only difference is Sassafras will be carrying the portion of the guidebook that we'll be using and during our different legs of the trip, and she carries is the communal gear. This pack right here contains a Sawyer Squeeze water filter and a 2-liter bag, and we found that that's for us the best choice as far as water purification goes. We've used Aquamira, we just find that to be able to drink water immediately. The no chemicals is a big deal, especially don't want to put any chemicals in Sassafras's body that don't have to. And the fact, as I said, we can get water immediately and carry it in the bags and treat it later if we need to. So that's worked best for us. We do have a backup and water purification, and we'll go through that later date. So why don't we just get started here. This is my pack. As I said, it's an Osprey Atmos. It's the 50-liter, and with the modifications of the brain off and the straps cut off, it's under 3 pounds. So we'll start at the back. As you see right here, we do have we both carry Crocs, and they're well worn, and these have been modified. The strap's been cut off, and they're under 8 ounces. And at the end of the day, even though we wear trail runners, lightweight hiking shoes, and I'll get into what we wear when we're hiking in another video, it's just great to be able to put on Crocs and let your feet air out, and as well as in town, nothing better than to take the shoes off and walk around with those on. So that's our choice. That adds a little bit of weight, but we're happy with it. In the back here, in this sack, we would put our snacks for the day, and then this is a Tyvek ground sheet that goes under either the tent, or we both use the air mattress. I use a Neo Air, Thermos Neo Air, and Kylie uses the Pro Light, and they're both well under a pound. Mine's I've shortened, and it is 11 ounces, and we've modified this so that we put our 2 pad Tyvek sheets underneath our tent, or in the shelter we lay these down, and we can actually it folds up to make little pockets, and our air mattress goes in there, and it helps us prevent any splinters or punctures in shelter floors, which it's not common, but it can happen. As well as we found that when we take a long break in the middle of the day, lay it down on the side of the trailer in some grass that might be a little wet, and you have a comfortable dry place to lay down with. So it's worth the wait, and I believe this is 3.8 ounces, and we've gone without it many times, but for the trip, for the multi-purposes, I think it's well worth it. In here too is a 2-liter Sawyer Squeeze water bag, which so that we can carry water if we're going to camp someplace that's not right by the water. Sassafras has one, I have one, as well as our clean water containers, which I'll go over in a little bit. But so that way we can have enough water at the end of the day when we dry camp to cook supper and to have water for the morning. So we think that works out. These bags aren't the greatest. You have to, my suggestion is to squeeze them, not roll them. We did that, and they did develop some minor holes. They say Evernew has a water bladder or water bag that fits the Sawyer squeeze filter, but they're not selling any right now. So this is what we're going with. And I think the last thing in here is, doesn't even weigh on my scale, but it's just a little piece of, it's the windscreen. You get it, a whole roll for $1 at the dollar store, and it's a sit pad. You sit down on it, and so your butt doesn't get wet. There's a lot of purposes for it. Like I said, it doesn't even weigh 0.2 ounces. So we both carry one of these and use it every day. So I think that's a good idea. We'll go through here. This is the modification for the water bottles, and so we both carry one liter Powerade bottle. We think they're the best. They fit in. They come in and out. They're easy to replace. Try to put in. I try to keep a yellow braided masonry line string on there, just easier to carry. If you've filled them and filtered it, then you're carrying it up. It gives you something to hold on to when you have your hands full getting water, and it seems to work out well. And so we both carry one of these. This is the pouch that I keep the camera in, and the camera that I'm using is a Nikon AW100. It's shockproof, waterproof. It's an excellent camera. It was a gift from my wife and oldest daughter, and we really enjoyed it, and it's working well. But in here I have my old camera just to show you what it would look like. So that's my old camera. In one of the hip pockets I have my possible bag, has a headlamp and some other things, and I'll go over what are in some of these bags in another video. Moving along on the other side, then I have the tent stakes and tent poles, and what we use is a Big Angus Fly Creek Ultralight 2, and it's been an excellent tent. The whole thing, the tent, the poles, the stakes, and my Tyvek ground sheet is 2 pounds and 14 ounces. So tried with a tarp, a bug net, a ground cloth, you're right there anyways. For two people, it's the way to go, and we really enjoy it. And then the other thing is our other clean water carrier. We both carry a 1 liter platypus bag. So if we try not to carry more than 1 liter of water at a time unless there's a dry section, you know, that's one of the heavier things you can carry. And but we like to have that option. It packs down small, and it seems to work out well. So now we'll go through the 2 side pockets. In this side, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, some electronics and other things, and I'll go over what's in this bag, emergency kit, and some other knickknacks, and I'll go through that in another video. And then that's it in this side. And this side is our rain gear. And we tried Frog Togs for years, and we liked them, but the pants were really baggy. Last year when we went through the Bigelow range, it was went through just before a hurricane, and there was horrendous rain and thunderstorms, and we decided we wanted to have a little better rain gear for this trip. So we got the Marmot Precip. We have the jacket and the pants, and we've been very happy with them. The pants we'll probably send home in Perrysburg once we get into Virginia, but the coat we'll keep the whole way. And the weights on these are for me the Precip jacket is 10 point. No, I'm sorry. The pants are 10.4 ounces, and the jacket's 13.5. So well worth it. You know, part of our layering system, and We think that works out well. And then this is just cheap. I got it off eBay. It's a pack cover, and it weighs 3.4 ounces. And my thoughts on pack covers are, I think they're worth the weight. A wet pack weighs more than a dry pack, so I believe that it's worth carrying. It keeps the pack from soaking up water, which is hard to dry out. And then we also do line our pack with a trash compactor bag, and you'll see that in just a minute. So that's that. And then now we're getting inside the pack and getting to the nitty-gritty here. And this is how we pack it. On top would be our food bag, and that's empty, but I'll go through what we put in there, as I said in another video. And then in here is our cook set. And just to give you an idea, I believe the whole cook set weighs 9 ounces, and I'll go through what's all in that in another video as well. And then this is the outside fly in the tent for the Big Angus Fly Creek Ultralight 2, and packs up real small, and like I said, we really enjoy it. And then you see this is trash compactor bag, and we always carry a bunch of these little elastics. They're hair ties that Sassafras uses to tie back her hair, but you find 1,000 uses for them, and one of them is to shut the bag. And so we're almost done here. This is my whole clothes bag, all my clothes, and I'll go through what's in here in another video. And I think we're just down to 2 more things. This is my modified Neo Air. It's long enough to go from my shoulders to my ankles, and there's a video online that you can, if you look up to how to shorten it, just did it with an iron, and like I said, it brought it down to I think 11 ounces, and I've had this particular, I think this is my 4th year, and I never had a leak, and you just got to be careful with them. I think using the Tyvek in the shelter is the way to go, and haven't had a problem. And I'm a side sleeper, and I'm an old man, and I wish I could sleep on a foam pad. Sassafras slept on the Z-Lite, Thermarest Z-Lite until last year, and she wanted an air pad, but if I could, I'd use that. It's just, it's nothing to break, nothing to leak. It's great to pull out during the middle of the day and sit down on, but as I said, I'm an old man, my bones hurt, and had a couple injuries, and this works for me. Otherwise, I couldn't do it. I couldn't sleep without these. A few things I couldn't do these trips without. One of them is a good air pad, and it's just as comfortable as sleeping at home. And then lastly, for the first part of our trip, this is a EMS Mountain Light 15-degree down sleeping bag. Weighs just at 2 pounds. And it's all the reviews said, and we've used this on Mount Washington in the wintertime, and it's an honest 15-degree bag. It keeps you warm. If you follow EMS, and they're I think they have sales with 30-40% off. I think we got this for 30% off, both of ours, and was right around $200. Money well spent. When we get into Perrysburg, into Virginia, when we get our summer gear, we will switch that out to our Mountain Hardwear 32-degree bag, which is down as well, and under 2 pounds, and use it for the rest of the trip. So I believe that's all there is to this video, and I'll make some more and show you what's inside our packs. So I weighed this on the hanging scale I have, and it was, of course, this is with water, food, or fuel for the stove, which is an alcohol stove, and it was 18 3/4 pounds. Not ultralight, but light, and I think it works for us.